As we welcome you back, we are getting set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between Pierre and Sioux Falls West. As we can go through the starting lineups for each of these two teams, we'll first start with Post State, who is the visitors on the scoreboard. Nolan Peterson will lead things off. He is a catcher here in Game number 2. Carter Scheffelbein will bat second. He will be the left fielder. Sutton Sunshine will bat third. He is playing center in Game number 2. And it will be Grayson Hunsley for the cleanup spots. He is the third baseman. Miles Doyle, the second baseman, batting fifth. Dawson Guest, the shortstop, will bat sixth. Cooper Twilger, the DH, batting seventh. J.J. Buckles, the first baseman, batting eighth. And Braden Hulett, the right fielder, will bat ninth for Post State, as Trevor Rounds will be the starter in Game 2 for Post State. Sioux Falls West will have Tucker DeHaan to lead things off. He's the DH. Caleb Goodroad, the shortstop, will bat second. Caden Kirchner will bat third and be the center fielder. Jackson DeHaan, the second baseman, batting fourth. Noah Hollingshead, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Grant Prouty, the right fielder, batting sixth. Tyler Olson, the left fielder, will bat seventh. Brock Aids, the first baseman, batting eighth. And Ian Stokes, the catcher, batting ninth. Jack Kiso, the starting pitcher for Game 2, he will be on the hill for Sioux Falls West, who are just about set for first pitch between these two teams. So we will take one more 2-minute break. We'll come back and have first pitch for you next. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our number one priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. Brought to you by Limebach Construction Incorporated, who can build your recreational home or building along the beautiful lower Lake Oahe area. Whether if your hobby is hunting, fishing, travel, or water sports, we can come up with a building design that will fit your interests and expectations. We pride ourselves on using quality products, customer service, and open communication. Limebach Construction is locally owned and operated, serving the Missouri River community since 1994. For area of service and more information, contact Bill Limebach at 605-223-2738. That's 605-223-2738. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the Truck Bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the Truck Bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the plan and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
As we welcome you back here, we are just about set and ready to roll from Harmon Field, as we are waiting for Sioux Falls West to take the field here shortly, as they have exchanged lineup cards, but West still playing catch right outside their dugout right now as the Eights have the helmets on, ready to hit here in just a moment, as it will be Jack Kiso that's on the mound for Sioux Falls West in game number 2. And by innings pitched coming into this doubleheader, and by the amount of appearances he's had, he will be one start short of Prouty, who picked up his 8th start, but tying Olson, so looking like one of the those top guys. And again, if you look at maybe the top 3 pitchers, Olson, Prouty, and Kiso would be your top 3 guys overall. As for Kiso, he's 4-2 on the season, does have a save, 39 hits, 36 runs, 29 of them earned. Overall for Kiso as well has been 30 walks, 22 strikeouts, an ERA at 5.91, a whip at 2.01, batting average against at 283 for Kiso. On the other side for Trevor Rounds, who will be the starter in game number 2 for Post 8. Rounds has gone 19 2/3 innings. This will be his 3rd start and 11 appearance overall. He actually leads the team in appearances and the only guy with at least 10-plus appearances. 20 hits allowed. He is 0-3 overall. 20 hits, 29 runs, 26 earned, 18 walks, 12 strikeouts. An ERA at 9.25, whip at 1.93, batting average against at 256. And when Rounds has been good, he's been very good. And not that he was bad last Thursday, but that ERA doesn't get helped. Everything doesn't really help when you look at that. The fact that he ended up giving up in the doubleheader against Bismarck in that first game. He gave up 6 runs in just 1 innings of work, and with 3 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So he's not been, if he's on, he's been very good, and when he's not been on, that's where the ERA is, why it's where it's at right now for Rounds, as he will be the starter for game 2 between Pierre and Sioux Falls West. Looks like West is just about set to take the field, so we will take one more 2-minute break. We'll come back with first pitch after this. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next to online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Nolan Peterson is stepping to the plate, so we are set for game 2 between Pierre and Sioux Falls West, as the Aces will be looking for a split of the doubleheader. As Peterson will wait on the first pitch from the lefty and Kiso, as the first pitch will be over for strike 1. And we're underway here at 5:22 for this second and final game of our doubleheader. 0-1 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is quickly at 0-2. It is still 79 degrees here in Sioux Falls. Feel like 77. 0-2 pitch. Peterson out towards right center field, down for a base hit. And the leadoff man is on to kick us off here in the second game of our doubleheader. And the first hits of the day make that the second hit of the day for Nolan Peterson. And it brings up Carter Shufflebine. Winds are out of the north-northwest at 7 miles an hour. So low winds, great temperature, some cloudy skies. Lights are on here at Harberton, and game 2 is underway with a base hit to get us started for Peterson as the first pitch to Carter Shufflebine will miss low for ball 1. Shufflebine is 2 for 3 in game 1. 2 hits in the first 2 at-bats, first and third inning. Was hit by a pitch in the helmet in the 7th. Got picked off at first for the first out in the 7th inning. That'll be at the top of the zone for a strike. The count's now 1-1. By the looks of the first couple of called strikes, I'd say we have ourselves a favorable strike zone and a pitcher's strike zone. 1-1 pitch. That'll be just inside. And the count's now 2-1. Maybe the inside part. You're looking more outside, trying to find the early strike zone here. 2-1 pitch. That'll miss low and away, and the count's 3-1 here to Shufflebine. Looking for his third hit today with a runner on first and nobody out here in the top of the first in game 2. That is outside, and it is first and second to start us off here in the top of the first inning. And we'll bring up now Sutton Sunshine. He went 0 for 4, 2 flyouts, 2 groundouts. Sunshine, who is coming in with the batting average of 326, looking for RBI 17. And the Eights did not get an RBI in that first game. End up with 4 RBIs and 4 straight hits for Sioux Falls West in that bottom of the second. Then got another RBI double from Adler Jensen, who had 2 of the 5 runs that were driven in, and the only earned run against the pitching staff of Post State in that first game. First pitch is on the top of the zone for strike 1 to Sunshine. First and second here with nobody out in the top of the first. That pitch will be upstairs and even at a ball and a strike here to Sunshine. Be big to get an early lead here for Post State. Did not lead in game number 1 at all. Here's the 1-1. There's a fly ball out towards right center field, but that will slice over to the right fielder who will make the catch. Peterson will tag from second. He will stand at third. And there is now 1 down. And the runner moves up to third base. And it brings up the cleanup hitter in Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley had one of those 5 hits for Post State, went 1 for 4 in game number 1. Runners at the corners here and 1 out. Here's the first pitch to Hunsley. He'll swing and sky this up left side, but that's going to be on the infield. The shortstop will call off the third baseman, and Goodroad will take it away from Hollingshead for the second out. And it now brings up Miles Doyle. And the Eights will try and get that first run. Go around the horn defensively here for Sioux Falls West after this pitch, as long as it's not the end of the inning. That'll be at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Tyler Olson is out in left, Caden Kirchner in center, and Grant Prouty in right. Third baseman is Noah Hollingshead. The shortstop, Caleb Goodroad. Jackson DeHaan at second. First baseman, Derek Aids. Make that Brock Aids. And the catcher, Ian Stokes. And the pitcher who delivers ball 2 to Miles Doyle to make it 2-1 is Jack Kiso. Doyle looking for his first hit today. Would drive in that first run. Swinging a foul to the left side. The count's now 2-2. Went 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch in the second. Fielder's choice and a fly out to right. Here's now the 2-2. There's a fly ball to left field. That'll be down the line. That'll drop in for a base hit, and the Eights will take the lead. An RBI single with 2 outs for Miles Doyle, and it's a 1-0 advantage here for the Eights. First lead today, first RBI for the Eights today. And it's still first and second for now Dawson Getz. Getz went 0 for 1, struck out looking in the first, then walked and was hit by a pitch his next 2 plate appearances. First pitch will be at the knees for strike 1 here to Getz. Shuffle by now at second. Doyle over at first. RBI number 8 of the season for Doyle. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2. Kiesel looking for the strikeout to put an end to this first inning. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that is the 3rd out. And that will end the top of the first. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. The Eights do have a 1-0 lead at the end of the top of the first. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Happy anniversary, Wagner Auto. Wagner Auto is celebrating 117 years in the area with sales and service, and now they want to thank you for taking part. When you buy a vehicle at Wagner's, you'll receive $117 in beef bucks just in time for grilling season. See us for details. Get sale prices on Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Check out our ever-expanding inventory. Get the best deals now during the 117th anniversary celebration at Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealership. Wagner Auto, 330 East Sioux in Pierre.
Bottom of the first as we go through the batting order here for the home team in Sioux Falls West, as it will be Tucker DeHaan to lead things off. He's the DH in game number 2. Caleb Goodrow, the shortstop, batting second. Caden Kirshner, the center fielder, batting third. Jackson Hahn, the second baseman, will bat fourth. Noah Hollingshead, the third baseman, batting fifth. Grant Prouty, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Tyler Olson will bat seventh. He's the left fielder. Brock Aids, the first baseman, will be batting eighth. And it will be Ian Stokes, the catcher, to bat ninth for Sioux Falls West. Trevor Rounds is on the mound for the Eights as he will get his third start. His third start overall. And for Rounds' 11th appearance, he will deal with Tucker DeHaan here to open things up here in the bottom of the first inning. DeHaan went 1 for 4, the RBI double that made it 2-0, and eventual game winner. First pitch will miss low for ball 1 to Tucker DeHaan. Goodrow, Kirchner, the first 3 hitters here in the batting order. 1-0. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-0. Two-0 pitch. That'll be upstairs, and 3-0 here from Rounds to start this at-bat. 3-0 will be inside and a 4-pitch walk. Start the outing here for Trevor Rounds, and DeHaan is on at first, and he'll bring up Caleb Goodrow. Goodrow had a base hit as well to drive in a run, as he went 1 for 2, was hit by a pitch and also drew a walk in his 4 plate appearances overall. Here is the first pitch. It'll be missing low and inside, and 5 straight misses here for Rounds to start his outing, and going to find the strike zone here. A 1-0 lead. This is already a big shutdown inning, having taken that early lead in the top of the first. That'll be over for a strike, and evens the count at 1-1, and see if Rounds can build off of that, which will be his 7th pitch of the inning coming up. Here's the 1-1. That'll be just outside. The count's now 2-1. A whole lot of steal attempts so far from Sioux Falls West. So far in the, well, now is in the game number 2. That'll miss low and away. And diving for it was Peterson to save that from going to the backstop. And it's been 7 of 8 that have missed so far for rounds to open up his outing. And it's now a 3-1 count. A good hitters count here for Good Road. 3-1. Comes inside, missing for ball 4, and it's back-to-back walks to start the afternoon, start the evening off for rounds. And it is Caden Kirchner. Kirchner also had an RBI, had the RBI triple. They made it 4-0 at the time. He went 1 for 2 with 2 walks. So as Kirchner digs back in, a mound visit from Peterson, 1 to go over the sign at second. They're now with a runner on at second. But maybe settle down his starting pitcher. So it's Caden Kirchner, the lefty that digs in. Here's the first pitch. Almost hits him. He's able to move out of the way. Going to be low and inside. The count's 1-0. And Rounds is still trying to find the spot. 1-0 pitch. That'll be golfed out towards right center field. But it'll be sudden sun and shine that will get underneath and make the catch. Runner will attack from second. The throw will be over the top of the cutoff man, but it will not be allowing the runner at first to take second. And there is runners at first and third here with 1 out. And it will bring up the cleanup hitter now in Jackson DeHaan. So they do get the first out. Not quite exactly how the top of the first went for post 8, but the first 2 guys reach. A fly out to right center, and ends up being a F8 instead of an F9. But the runner from second tagged to third. That first pitch is over for strike 1 here to Jackson DeHaan. We'll see if the Aids can change the fortune of the first inning and not have it be the exact same with a run scoring. Just ground ball way to get out of this inning. 0-1, runner takes off, pitches high, the throw to second. It'll be cut off by Doyle. His throw back to the plate. Tag applied, they got him out at home. Peterson will put the tag down to get the runner out, trying to score on the double steal, and there's a runner on at second with 2 outs. And the Aids are able to have a strong throw to second. A good play there from Doyle and Peterson, throwing it back and forth to each other to get the runner out, trying to score. And a stolen base for Good Road, but caught trying with that double steal as the count's now 2-1. And the tag applied by Peterson almost was a little bit too high. The runner at scoring, DeHaan, thought he was safe. 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-2. Now Rounds a strike away from getting out of this first inning. Two-two pitch. Couple looks at second and delivers. That'll be outside, and it's now full at 3-2. On deck is Noah Hollingshead, the third baseman, the number 5 man in the batting order. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and Rounds will get the strikeout. And after 2 walks to open up the inning on just 9 pitches on those 2 walks, he gets out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. 1 complete here in Game 2. Pierre leads over Sioux Falls West 1-0. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
YAG Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Jag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Jag Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
It is the top of the second and a 1-0 lead for Post 8 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And it will be 7-8-9. Cooper Twilger, J.J. Buckles, and Brayden Hulette. Anybody reaches base. Nolan Peterson back to the top of the order in the top of the second. Drew McIntyre is back at the station. John Wickler here on this Tuesday evening. The Eights got a run on the RBI single from Miles Doyle. And coming up here in about an hour, a little less than an hour and a half, is first pitch of the All-Star game. And obviously, we'll make sure we're done here in Sioux Falls before we get you out to Arlington, Texas for the All-Star game. As the first pitch to Cooper Twilger will miss for ball one. Open up here in the top of the second. Twilger went 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, didn't reach on an error in his first trip to the plate. That'll be a strike to Twilger on the inside edge, middle in, and the count's 1-1. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Bottom fell on that pitch, and the count's now 1-2. And Twilger swung over the top of it. J.J. Buckles will get his first chance to hit, along with Brayden Hulette here in this inning. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-2. Kiso thought he maybe had his second strikeout. Missing just a bit low. And now the 2-2 from the lefty. And Twilger will fly this out towards right center field. It'll be the right fielder that will get over to it, and Prouty to make the catch. And the leadoff man retired here in the top of the second. And it brings up J.J. Buckles. Buckles, 183 batting average so far. He's got one extra base hit, a double, 8 runs driven in. 13 for 71 overall. He is susceptible to the strikeout, though. 31 strikeouts in those 71 at-bats. Here's the first pitch. That is grounded foul, third base side, and the count's 0-1. Sun's peeking back out here. Shadows starting to creep in just a little bit, but overall won't really be a factor for most of this game, if not the entirety of this game, as that one will miss outside. The count's now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It'll be inside. The count's 2-1. Here to Buckles. An inside pitch not quite there so far in the first near inning and a half. 2-1 pitch. Buckles will sky this out towards left field. Now it's going to be coming in, and the catch will be made by the left fielder in Olsen. And there's now 2 down. Had a little bit of a slip out in left center field, or left field, thinking that maybe it was going to be a farther hit, but Buckles didn't get all of it and flew out to shallow left, and there's now 2 down, and it brings up Brayden Hulette. 8-9 the batting order were the 2 pitchers that threw in game 1. Hulette comes in hitting 107, 3 hits and 28 at-bats. First pitch will be on the outside corner for strike 1. 14 strikeouts in those 28 at-bats so far. Here's the 0-1. That one's fouled back, and the count's now 0-2. And again, from up here, obviously the pitchers in the dugout maybe not seeing as much, but the outside edge of this plate is going to be a favorable strike to get. not so much on the inside. Everything wants to be a little bit away from these hitters to get those strike calls. 0-2 pitch will be upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. Kiesel looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the second. He's got Hulett down the count 1-2. 1-2 pitch. That'll bounce in. And the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now a 2-2 pitch here from Kiesel to Hulett. That'll be outside, just a bit too far outside. And the count's now 3-2. The home plate umpire looked over the third base dugout, put his hands on his hips. I don't know if that was just looking at something else or looking at the dugout potentially, as that one will miss for ball 4, and it will be a 2-out walk issued here to Hulett. And the inning continues now for Nolan Peterson. Peterson led off the ball game with a single. He came around to score on the RBI single for Miles Doyle. As the Eights were able to get two hits and a run in that first inning. See if the 2-out walk can be used effectively here for Post 8. Now back with the top of the order. Hulett takes off on the first pitch. The throw to second will be wide of the bag. It'll get into center field. Now Hulett will take off for third. And Kirchner will not be able to make the throw. It's a stolen base and a throwing error. And it's a runner on at third. I believe that pitch missed for ball 1 as well. Oh, it was a strike. The count's 0-1. But either way, stolen base, throwing error by the catcher and Stokes. That pitch almost hits Peterson. And even as a count on a ball and a strike. Now base hit definitely makes it a 2-0 ball game. They can really make that 2-out walk hurt. That'll be on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's 1-2 here to Peterson. One, 2. That'll be outside, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carter Shufflebein is on deck. Eights looking to make it a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second. 2-2. Peterson will sky it out towards shallow left. It will be just a step into the outfield grass with a shortstop and Goodroad will make the catch and retire the side here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. A 1-0 lead for Pierre over Sioux Falls West. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
What? Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide! Got it! Slide! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
It is the bottom of the second and a 1-0 lead for Post 8 over Sioux Falls West and the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. And it is 5, 6, and 7 here for West. Noah Hollingshead, Grant Prouty, and Tyler Olson in the first 3 hitters. Anybody reaches base, it will be then Brock Aids that will be at the plates here in the bottom of the second. As Hollingshead, in his first game, went 0 for 1. Flew out to the left fielder and then walked twice. As the first pitch from Rounds will come in. That will be on the inside edge for a strike, and Hollingshead not happy about that first pitch strike against him, and now we get time called, and I think a little bit of maybe the umpire telling everybody to settle down a little bit in the Sioux Falls West dugout. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It'll be upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. By how the first inning and a half went, the inside pitch had not really been called until that point, and that one will miss inside. The count's now 2-1. A little bit of frustration right now on the Sioux Falls West side. Obviously, there's a lot more guys in the dugout than there are for Pierre at any given time. 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-2. But Rounds, who is still trying to settle in a little bit in this ball game. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Will be just outside, and the count's now full at 3-2. Walked the first two guys in that first inning. Got a little bit of help with his defense to get out of that first. As it'll come inside, and this will be the third walk issued by Rounds. The leadoff man on base to open up the second, just like he did in the first with a walk. And it brings up Grant Prouty, the right fielder. Back-to-back walks, a fly out to right center. Catching the double steal and then a strikeout to get out of that first inning, as now Prouty will step to the plate with a runner on at first and nobody out. First pitch will be low and away for ball one. Prouty hitting .225 in the season, 9 for 40 overall. Does have a home run and his only extra base hit, 6 runs driven in. The 1-0. That'll be outside. The count's now 2-0. And for Rounds, you got to make sure that you got to get those first pitch strikes, get ahead of hitters. Don't want to play with fire too much, allowing the first two guys to reach base. A 2-0 pitch will miss low, and the count's now 3-0. He's able to get out of it the first inning, and you really don't want to try and settle in and always have first and second with nobody out. And expect to get out of it. 3-0 pitch is over for a strike, and the count's now 3-1. For the East pitching staff, they do have more strikeouts than walks. As the 3-1 will come in. That'll miss low, and the first two have reached base. Fourth walk now issued by Rounds. And it'll bring up Tyler Olson, the left fielder. We'll look at that again. They actually have more walks than strikeouts. And then on top of how many hit batters they've had, the pitching staff has had over 200 free passes to 148 strikeouts coming into the doubleheader. Those things hurt. Those things add up quickly, as the first pitch will be outside for ball one. In 203 innings, giving up right around a walk or hit batter in each inning. Whip as a team at 2.01. This will be a wild pitch that will get to the backstop, and runners will move up to second and third here with nobody out. Now becomes even more important at bats. Looking for a strikeout. Obviously, there's that base open, but you really don't want to walk the bases loaded here in this second inning. The 2-0. That'll miss low, and the count's now 3-0. Olson most likely taking all the way. Brock Aids is on deck. It'll be over for a strike, and the count's now 3-1 here to Tyler Olson. Still good hitters count here for Olson, and as Rounds has struggled, not really trying to pinpoint that one spot. He got that spot, but swung and missed, and the count's now 3-2. See if Rounds can get a strikeout here. Be a big strikeout pitch if Rounds can get it. Working for the windup with runners at second and third. 3-2. Taken for strike three, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Second strikeout of the ball game for Rounds. And it will bring up Brock Aids. It's a big strikeout. Obviously, right now in the second inning, With runners at second and third, one out, they're playing for trading out for a run up the middle. Swing and a miss by A's for strike one. Maybe if, with the way Rounds get the strikeout right there, got him caught looking, maybe that can get some momentum for him here in the inning to get kind of really dialed in. 0-1 pitch. He'll be missing, and the count's 1-1. And you get the first strikeout to end that first inning. You kind of take a deep breath, and you don't really get a chance to maybe kind of continue to throw right after a strikeout and start to feel good on the mound. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. Early strikeout can maybe, and obviously not so much early as the third batter of the inning, but get a strikeout and continue to pitch and continue to feel good on the mound. 1-2 pitch, that will be fouled straight back, and the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Ian Stokes, the catcher, is waiting on deck. Rouse will be looking for his third strikeout. Would be big back-to-back strikeouts if he can get it. 1-2 pitch. That's upstairs, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stokes then back to the top of the order for Tucker DeHaan. 2-2 comes inside, and from 1-2 now at 3-2. And again, you don't want to walk the bases loaded, though it wouldn't set the double play back up in order for you. 3-2. That is upstairs for ball 4. Third walk of the inning. 5th now the ball game for Trevor Rounds. And it's now going to be Ian Stokes, the catcher. Now here's the ground ball chance. Nowhere to put him. You have to go after with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the second. But if you can get yourself a ground ball, the Eights did turn 3 double plays in 6 innings in game 1, 2 of them on ground balls. First pitch will miss low, maybe a little bit inside as well for ball 1. But also with the 5 walks and right now 2 strikeouts and 1 out here in the second inning, pitch count's not going to be very good for you. Here's a ground ball for Dawson Getz, but it gets underneath his glove and into left center field. 2 runs will come in to score, and it's a 2-1 lead for Sioux Falls West. Getz thought maybe was looking at ahead of himself to get the potential inning-ending double play to get out of that first inning or second inning, but instead it ends up being an error. 2-run score, and it's now going to be Tucker DeHaan, the top of the order. So no RBIs for Ian Stokes. Obviously, you can't assume a double play's turn, but that chance of getting that double play was pretty high. It was starting to be pretty high. Here's a pop-up, foul territory. Nolan Peterson, he will call for it and just can't make the catch. Just could not quite get the glove out in time as the ball was coming down, and it drops for strike 1. And Tucker DeHaan, who drew a walk to lead off the bottom of the first, he gets new life. An 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It'll be upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. So in the inning, 3 walks and an error. The first 4 guys that have come to the plates. I think that first 5 guys that have come to the plates. Still can get a ground ball to get you out of the inning. 1-1 will miss low, and the count's now 2-1. And again, where does Braden Houlette come back in this game after pitching just 11 pitches in game number 1? With Rounds now having thrown, this will be pitch number 47 here in the second. So obviously it's going to be really efficient for him to try and get through a full game. That'll be on the far outside edge of the plate, and the count's now 2-2. The West fans disagree, and hard to blame them. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's fouled back. It remains at 2-2. But if you're Rounds and that last pitch called a strike, or the second to last pitch called a strike, you want to try and get out there again. Really force DeHaan to reach for it or get the called third strike. 2-2. That'll come inside, missing low, and it's now a full count. And Rounds in danger of walking his 4th guy of the inning. 3-2 pitch. That will be ball 4, and the bases are loaded. 4 walks now in the inning from Rounds. Second time the bases have now been loaded, and Caleb Goodroad, who also walked in his first trip. 50 pitches now for Trevor Rounds. Two-one lead here for West. First pitch will miss inside. Hopefully an umpire looked like maybe he was going to turn to his right and call the strike, but it is inside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss inside as well, and the count's 2-0. Roulette, who's playing right field, and you look at the rest of the guys, Gunnar Edson and Bridger Babcock are 2 that are on the bench right now as it counts 3-0. And Cooper Twilliger, the DH, who is not available to pitch until Thursday. 3-0 will be inside. There'll be another walk, and a run will come in to score. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Bridger Babcock, I think, is starting to head out of the bullpen to get loosened up. And Ridge Leinbach will go out and try and talk with the starter and Trevor Rounds. Caden Kirshner will come to the plate. He'd be the 8th man already here in the inning to come to the plate, and still all of this has happened without a hit in the inning. There's been 5 walks and an error so far. A couple of games of notes across the states. Renner is playing Yankton. They're in Yankton today for I would assume would be a doubleheader. Also just getting underway is Post 320 Stars taking on Box Elder. Obviously, there has been, on Tuesday, there was the Gopher Classic, and Sioux Falls East, Harrisburg, and the Rapid City Post 22 Expos all made it into the round of 16. They all won their pool. And the Expos, the Junior Legion team, end up making it to the semifinals today, as there's a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Caden Kirchner. They played Fargo Post 2 and ended up losing, I believe it was 4-2 was the score. So they were in the top 4 of the 96-team tournament. That one's on the outside corner for a strike to Kirchner, and the count's 0-2. I mean, that's a incredible feat for a Junior Legion team to get all the way, as that'll be taken for strike 3, and Kirchner will go down looking on 3 straight pitches, and there's now 2 down in the second strikeout of the inning for Rounds' 3rd of the ball game. And he'll bring up Jackson DeHaan, the number 9th man to come to the plate in the inning. But the Expos were 1 game short of playing for the Gopher Classic Championship. Swinging a foul on the first pitch. And after the talk from Ridge Leinbach, right now is 4 straight strikes here from Trevor Rounds. DeHaan struck out swinging in the first inning. Here's the 0-1. Another strike, and the count's now 0-2. And DeHaan thought maybe that pitch was high. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball out towards left center field. That is going to get down, and at least 2 runs are going to score. It's going to roll all the way up to the wall, and all 3 runs will come in to score. Sun and Shine will pick it up. He'll fire it in, missing the cutoff man, or wide of the cutoff man. Either way, it's a 3 RBI triple for Jackson DeHaan to make it a 6-1 lead here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And Noah Hollingshead, who led off the inning with a walk, will come back to the plate. So 10th man to come to the plate here in the inning. There's a half swing and a full swing for strike 1. He was trying to get out of the way of it, but couldn't hold back in time. He even, I think, got a piece of it. A little bit of foul ball or strike here the way. 0-1 is outside, and counts now 1-1. So a 6-run inning on just 1 hit, because all 5 of the walks, 5 of the walks and the 1 error have all come in to score. And there's another base hit that will score another run. And it's going to be a 7-1 ball game just past Grayson Hunsley over at third. And Hollingshead makes it a 6-run lead here in the bottom of the second and extends the inning now here to Grant Prouty. Prouty walked as well here in this inning. West has put up a big 7 spot. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss. That'll get off the glove of Peterson. The second will go Hollingshead. And a runner on at second here with 2 away in the bottom of the second. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Just past 6 o'clock. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-0. Drew McIntyre back at the station. John Wickler here, the second of the final 6 games of the season, second of this doubleheader. That'll miss low as well, and the count's 3-0 here to Prouty. And the Aids, who dropped the first game 5-1 with 4 unearned runs in that second inning, now have struggled to get the third out here in the second again. It's first and second after the 6th walk of the inning from Rounds. And it brings up Tyler Olson. Bridger Babcock is ready to go as he is walking his way back to the first base dugout from the right field bullpen. Here's the first pitch from Rounds. That'll miss low and away for ball 1. Olson struck out looking for the first out. Was the third batter, and he struck out looking for the first out. As there's a chopper to the third baseman, Hunsley will field. His throw to first will retire Olson, and that'll be 5-3 on the ground down to end the inning here in the bottom of the second. But 7-run score on just 2 hits in the inning. There was an error and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the third. Sioux Falls West leads Pierre 7-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Discover the ultimate driving experience at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. With our extensive lineup of vehicles, including reliable sedans, rugged SUVs, and powerful trucks, finding your perfect match has never been easier. Plus, our dedicated team is committed to providing top-notch customer service, ensuring your satisfaction every step of the way. Visit us today and experience the excellence at Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
It is the top of the third. Post 8 now is down 7-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. And they will have for the 8s 2, 3, and 4 Carter Shuffleby, Sutton Sun and Shine, and Grayson Hunsley. Unfortunately for the 8s, a tough 7-run inning. Again, just 2 hits of those 7 runs with 6 walks. And we'll see if maybe Bridger Babcock will come in the third inning with the 8s down by 6 right now. They've got a lot of work in front of them. Of course, as we are in the third, they've got to make sure that they keep this game within the 10-run rule as well. They try and play all 7 innings, but in general, you want to always keep it under the 10-run rule. And if you're West, you're not necessarily looking at trying to get a 10-run rule, but you're just looking to add on to it in the bottom of the third, whether it be 1, 2, 3 runs, whatever it might be in that third. Carter Shuffleby will lead things off. First pitch will be high and inside for ball 1. He walked, was stranded at second in that first inning. The 8s led 1-0 in the top of the first. That'll be over for a strike, and the count's 1-1 here to Shuffleby. Again, 4 shuffle bind, 2 for 3 so far today. 2 hits, 2 walks. Swings and misses in the 1-1 pitch, and the count's now 1-2. Hulett, he's not working in the bullpen, but working his arm as that'll be popped up out of play on the right side. The count remains at 1-2. Maybe trying to stay loose as it could be between Hulett and Babcock of who will go in to pitch. The 1-2. There's a fly ball towards shallow center, right center field. Gliding over will be Kirchner to make the catch, and the leadoff man retired. Here at the top of the third. And it will bring up Sudden Sunshine, who is 0 for 1, fly out of the right fielder, and he's 0 for 5 now so far today. Sunshine looking for his first hit of the day, and the batting average, unfortunately, continues to kind of dip for Sunshine right now, as the first pitch will be high outside for ball 1. Obviously, was still hitting .326, which not a bad mark for a rising sophomore in his first Senior Legion season. There's a swing and a miss by Sunshine. The count's now 1-1. They have senior night today here at Harmon Park for Sioux Falls West, as that was a swing and a miss, and the count's 1-2. And a handful of guys that did graduate this past spring, and obviously there's a chance of maybe some super seniors as well, as that one will be outside, and the count's 2-2. But overall, when you look at what Sioux Falls has, and pretty much every other team in the state, and what Pierre has, it's, again, a reminder that there's only one guy that can't come back next year, being Miles Doyle. There's 5 seniors overall, and 4 of those 5 can come back. And between Doyle, Peterson, and Hunsley, the only 3 of those 5 guys that had Legion experience coming into the season. It'll be ball 4 to Sudden Sunshine, a 1-out walk. And the third walk issued to the ball game by Kiso, as it'll bring up Grayson Hunsley. And Hunsley had Legion experience, but didn't have any between his sophomore and senior year because he had the shoulder injury. So he missed a year as well. This will be ripped out to right center field. That's down for a base hit. Sunshine read that one well. He'll round to second on his way to third. And it'll be first and third here with 1 out. Hunsley's got his second hit today. And the Eights are in business to try and get one of those runs back from the bottom of the second. And it brings up Miles Doyle, who does have the RBI single. And the mound visit upcoming here for Sioux Falls West. I don't know if if they're keeping Kiso on a pitch limit. Wouldn't think that he'd be quite there yet, but maybe talking to him about the pitch limit that he has and the pitch count that he has. As Miles Doyle, with the runners at first and third, will have a chance to get his second RBI here with the base hit. Quick mound visit. Back to the dugout, and Miles Doyle will step to the plate. Was the third hit of the ball game for Post State. Actually out hitting right now Sioux Falls West. But unfortunately down by 6 where it matters the most. That first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. The 1-0. That'll bounce in. Hunsley takes off for second. The throw to second will get into center field. The second baseman let it go, went past the shortstop. And it'll end up being a throwing error that scores the runner from third and moves Hunsley all the way over to third base as well. And it's now a 7-2 ball game. Sunshine that comes in to score, and it was DeHaan that came in to cut the ball off if Sunshine was going to try and score, as that will be over for a strike. The count's 2-1. Then he let that go, but he had to jump out of the way and maybe blocked a little bit of good road trying to see where that ball was at, and got past him into center field. And Hunsley, who didn't have the best jump, forced that play to happen and ends up working in the favor of the Eights, and it's now a 7-2 ball game. The 2-2 from Doyle is dribbler on the third base side. It'll be picked up by the pitcher. The throw to first will not be in time, and Miles Doyle will get one 20 feet up the line and get a base hit. If that, maybe 15 feet up the line and get a base hit. And it's first and third again here with 1 out. And that will be the end of the line here for Sioux. Looks like maybe they're going to go with the catcher as Stokes throws his mask towards the dugout. Or maybe getting a new mask. He will look like maybe we'll see exactly what it's going to be. But at the end of the day for Jack Sioux, we will return in a minute, tell you the changes after this. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
So Jack Sunvald will be on the mound now for Sioux Falls West, as it is first and third here with 1 out. And it will be Dawson Getz to be the first man to greet Sunvald, who we can't close the book yet on Sioux with the runners on at first and third. And 1 out, as though it was 2 1/3 innings for Sioux. He gave up 4 hits in total. And with those 3 walks and a strikeout, Dawson Getz will have a chance to cut the lead a little bit closer to try and make it a 7-3 ball game. And for Sunvald, we'll get you totals for him. He's thrown 21 1/3 innings and 9 appearances overall. This will be his 8th relief appearance with 2 starts and 1-1 record. 30 hits on 23 runs and 22 earned runs. 5 walks, make that 11 walks, 13 strikeouts, 7.22 ERA and a 1.92 whip. As Dawson Getz will swing at the first pitch and pop it up. It'll be behind the bag at second. The shortstop, Goodroad, will make the catch. And there's now 2 down. And it will bring up Cooper Twilliger, who flew out of the right fielder in his first at-bat. Batting average against for Sunvald at .337. And so Twilliger will try and make this 1 run closer with a base hit. Lefty deliver the first pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. So Hunsley over at third, Doyle at first. Twilliger swings and misses, and the count's now 1-1. Sunvald, the lefty, not a whole lot of velocity to it, but when you're a lefty and you got movement of any kind, it becomes a lot harder to. Doesn't matter how fast or slow you throw it. It's gonna be harder and harder for guys to get base hits. It'll be grounded foul on the third base side off the hands of Coach Iverson over at third. He knocked it down and tried to make the play. And the count's now 1-2. 1-2 pitch here from Sunvald. Twilliger swings and misses, and a strikeout to retire the side. And the 2 men that he faces gets out in 5 pitches. 1 run does score on 2 hits in the inning. There was an error, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the third, 7-2, Sioux Falls West over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Braden Hulett will get back to the mound after throwing just 11 pitches in Game 1. He is available and is throwing here in Game number 2 as he takes over for Trevor Rounds. Cooper Twilliger will go from the DH spot to right field, so the batting order stays the same and limited movements defensively as well. So Twilliger into the game. DH is gone for the rest of the ball game, but nothing changes in the batting order as Trevor Rounds didn't have his best stuff today. 2 innings pitched. He only gave up 2 hits, but 7 runs. 2 of those 7 runs were earned. 8 walks and 3 strikeouts in 68 pitches. And he would be available anyway on Sunday, but will be available again on Sunday. As the Eights will have the day off tomorrow before then traveling back here towards the Sioux Falls area, as it will be Brandon Valley to host Post Eights, and then back to Renner on Sunday, as we just couldn't quite catch the break of having back-to-back days here in the Sioux Falls area. In 3 days, as that first pitch will miss high and inside for ball 1. 3 of 6 days that we get to play in the Sioux Falls area. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Aids will pop this up. Miles Doyle will back up into the outfield grass, and he can't make the catch. And it will drop for a leadoff error. Carried on him just a little bit too far. And a leadoff error puts another runner on to open things up. Just 2 hits so far for Sioux Falls West, but they've got 3 runs. They used 8 walks. That's 3 runs, 7 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd. They used 8 walks to score 7 times with just 2 hits that last inning. First pitch is over for strike 1. Swinging and missing was Ian Stokes. It was 0 for 1. He also reached on an error. Second error of the ball game. Make that the second error of the ball game for Post State. 2 errors for each side. As Hulett will throw that high for ball 1. And Hulett's in game number 1 through just an inning, 11 pitches, had just 1 walk, didn't allow a run, no strikeouts, no hits in that inning of work. That'll miss low for a ball, and the count's now 2-0. Into basically having a 1-2-3 inning. It wasn't a little unorthodox of a 1-2-3 inning. The walk turned into an inning-ending double play, but only faced 3 batters in the bottom of the 6th in game number 1. 2-1 pitch. That will just miss high and outside. The count's now 3-1 here to Stokes, with the top of the order due up next for Sioux Falls West. Here is the 3-1. That is upstairs, ball 4. And it's first and second here with nobody out. 9th walk between Rounds and Hulett. First walk issued by Hulett. As it is now Tucker DeHaan, the DH. With runners at first and second here and nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd. DeHaan has walked twice so far, each of the first 2 innings. He did score on the 3 RBI triple from Jackson DeHaan. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. 5 o'clock first pitch on Thursday. We'll have coverage at 4:45 here on KCCR. and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. And then it'll be a 2 o'clock first pitch on Sunday as Pierre will take on the runner Sultans first. This will be ripped into right field for a base hit. Twilliger will get over to cut it off. Everybody will hold station to station. Bases are now loaded here with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning. And it will bring up Caleb Goodroad. But again, the coverage will start at 1:45 on Sunday. Pierre will take on the runner Sultans first at 2 o'clock, and then it'll be a second game to follow against Yankton in that triangular with Renner. As the first pitch here to Goodroad will miss high and outside for ball one. Goodroad has walked twice. Also had a bases loaded walk to get an RBI back in the bottom of the second inning. Swings and misses at the 1-0 pitch at the top of the zone and evens the count at a ball and a strike. Bases are loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Swinging a foul at the plate. The count's now 1-2. Goodroad, then Kirchner. Jackson DeHaan would follow as long as there's no double play turned at any points. 1-2 pitch. That is line foul, first base side, and the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. And Bridger Babcock, who had warmed up in the right field bullpen in that last bottom of the second. That pitch will be taken to the top of the zone for strike 3, and Goodroad will be the first strikeout victim of Houlette's. And there's one down. That's a big strikeout pitch there from Houlette. And it brings up Caden Kirchner, who is 0 for 2 so far. The only guy that, between him and Tyler Olson, the only 2 guys have not reached base so far. Flew out of the center fielder, struck out looking. First pitch will miss, lone away for ball 1. But Richard Babcock warmed up in that second inning. You would assume that then he would be the next guy in line to pitch. But obviously, Houlette's a ground ball away from getting out of this inning without any damage. This will come high and in tight, and the count's now 2-0. An error, a walk, and a single. Load the bases with nobody out. Strikeout looking, backwards K of Caleb Goodroad. And now the count's 3-0 here to Kirchner. Jackson DeHaan waits on deck. He's already got 3 RBIs with a 3 RBI triple in that second inning. Most likely taken on the way is Kirchner. 3-0 pitch. That'll be at the top of the zone for a strike, and the count's 3-1. Still a good hitter's count here for the West center fielder. Three-one pitch. Line shot. That one just misses the runner at first. And another run will come in to score as the throw comes in quickly. RBI hit for Kirchner. And Tucker DeHaan just barely turned out of the way. Because if he gets hit with that ball, it's an out. And the bases are still loaded. And now an 8-2 lead. And it'll bring up now Jackson DeHaan, who has already tripled and had 3 runs score. Here's the first pitch from Houlette to DeHaan, but instead time was called just prior to that first pitch. Here's now the first pitch to DeHaan as he waits from the lefty. Swings and misses. He was looking to make that a 10-run ball game here on that first swing. Somewhere in the gap can put Sioux Falls West, not necessarily on the brink of winning because we're only in the bottom of the third inning, but inch them closer to that 10-run lead as the 0-1 pitch is upstairs and the count's now 1-1. One here from Houlette to Jackson DeHaan. Ground ball on the left side. That is fielded by Hunsley. Throw to second for one. Back to first. It will be an inning-ending double play to get out of that inning with only one run scoring. A 5-4-3 double play ends the inning here in the bottom of the third, and the Eights turn another double play against Sioux Falls West. But a run does score on 2 hits in the inning. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. After 3, 8-2 lead for West over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of Septic Tank Grass Green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
So it is 8-2 on American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard as we head to the top of the fourth. And it will be 8-9-1. J.J. Buckles, Braden Hulett, and Nolan Peterson. Anybody reaches base, it'll be Carter Schuffelbein. Here in game 2 of our doubleheader, Post 8 got that first run in the first inning. They scored another run in the top of the third, but a 7-run second, and what could have been a huge inning for Sioux Falls West ended up being just 1 run in that third inning. And the base is loaded with nobody out, and they get just 1 run on it, an RBI single from Caden Kirchner before it was a strikeout looking of Goodroad, and then a 5-4-3 double play of Jackson Nahan, who after having the 3-run triple in the second inning and the base is loaded again for him, that's a much better outcome for the Eights. You get 2 outs and get out of the inning instead of allowing another 3 runs to score, which would have put them up by 9 at that point. But J.J. Buckles, who's 0 for 1, flew out to the left fielder in his first at-bats. Waits to the first pitch on the outside edge for strike 1. Jack Sunvold got the only 2 guys he had to face in that top of the third inning. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2 here to Buckles. He came in with first and third and 1 out. Got a pop out behind second base of Dawson Getz and a strikeout of Terwilliger. 0-2. That'll hit Buckles, and it's a leadoff man on base. So the Eights catch a break after Buckles down 0-2 in the count. And so now it brings up Braden Hulett. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. Hulett walked in the second, was left stranded over at third. 8-2 is our score. Here in the top of the fourth of the American Family Insurance and Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. First pitch, ground ball. That is going to be off the glove. It flipped up off the glove. The throw to first will still be in time to get Hulett. And the pitcher in Sunvold stayed with it as he was trying to scoop it up, and it circled around his glove, went over the top of his head, and he was able to track it down. And there's 1 down, 1-3 in the put out, and the runner moves up to second base, and it brings up Nolan Peterson, the top of the order. Here's the first pitch. Peterson will pop that one foul out of play. It lands on top of the grandstand. And the count's 0-1. Peterson 1 for 2, single to lead off the first inning, came in to score. On the RBI single for Miles Doyle. The Eights have scored 3 runs, but in 2 games right now, they've only got 1 RBI. That was on the inside corner for a strike, and the count's 0-2 here to Peterson. Looking for his 3rd hit today. Went 1 for 4, 1 for 3 in game 1, 1 for 2 right now. Chopper on the right side. That'll move the runner over to third. Fielded by the second baseman. His throw to first will be in time to get Peterson, as Jackson DeHaan had to move quickly to get Peterson running down the line. 2 down. And it brings up now Carter Schuffelbein. Trying to make this a 5-run ball game again. Schuffelbein is 0 for 1, walked in the first and flew out to center. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Sunshine, Hunsley, who both reach base along with Doyle, will be the next 3 hitters if they can get there. That pitch will miss low and away, and the count's 2-0 here to Schuffelbein. Buckles leads away from third. Here's the 2-0. That'll be high and outside, and the count is now at 3-0. Sunshine waits on deck. 3-0 pitch to Schuffelbein. That'll miss for ball 4, a 4-pitch walk, and it's first and third now here with 2 away. And it'll bring up Sunshine. We'll see if the Yates can capitalize the hit batter of Buckles and the 2-out walk to Schuffelbein. And a 8-2 lead for Sioux Falls West here in the top of the 4th. First pitch swinging, that's going to be a base hit. That'll drive in a run. Schuffelbein will round second. He's on his way to third. The throw coming from Kirchner is wide of the bag. Schuffelbein will stand up safely over at third as he trades spots with the runner at third and Buckles, who comes in to score to make it an 8-3 ball game. And an RBI for Sunshine. The Yates are still threatening here in the 4th. As Grayson Hunsley now to the plate. Here's the first pitch. That'll be high and outside for ball 1. Hunsley's 1 for 2. He singled in that 3rd inning. Got over 230. Was the reason why the Eights were able to get a run to score, as it'll be a steal, another throw that will get into center field. He's throwing it to the second baseman on the steal of Sunshine. And the throw gets into center away from the shortstop. As Schuffelbein was now breaking towards the plate. And so the throw got away, got into center field. Another error from the catcher in Stokes, and it's now a 8-4 ball game. 2 runs have scored here in the 4th inning. First pitch, or the 2-0 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 3-0. And on deck is Miles Doyle. The Yates can cut the lead in half of this inning with another base hit, but still here with Doyle on deck. Runner takes off. That'll be taken for strike 1. The throw to third, and safe over at third is Sunshine. And the count's now 3-1. And Coach Iverson gives him a fist bump and says, hey, by the way, we got 2 outs. Really don't want you to get the 3rd out on a 3-0 pitch over at third base. 3-1 is a swing and a miss, and the count's now 3-2. And you can see Sunshine turning back and looking at the scoreboard. Obviously, everything's okay because Sunshine's over safe at third, but a little bit of a teachable moment from Coach Iverson to Sunshine. 3-2 pitch is lifted into shallow center field, down for a base hit, and a run will come in to score. Don't know if Sunshine's going to score on that bleeder from Grayson Hunsley from second, but he does score here to make it an 8-5 ball game. And maybe we've got another pitching change coming up here for Sioux Falls West. RBI single for Hunsley, as he is now 2 for 3 in the ball game. And Sunvold, who has not quite gotten through the 4th yet, it's a 3-run game. Miles Doyle, who is already 2 for 2 with an RBI, about to come to the plate. So the Eights aren't going away quietly here in this ball game, where, I mean, the West was 1 extra base hit away from potentially taking a 9-run lead. And now all of a sudden it's the other way, and it's from a 6-run advantage to now a 3-run game. So here is Miles Doyle. 2 for 2 in the ball game, 2 singles, along with an RBI. First pitch. Miss inside and low for ball 1. Runner on at first, that is Hunsley. Picked up the RBI single, back-to-back RBI hits for Sonnenscheid and Hunsley. That one's chopped foul, third base side, and the count's 1-1 here to Doyle. Five runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Pierre. 8 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. I think that 3 errors now for Post 15 West. That'll miss alone. The count's now 2-1. An error in each of the last 3 innings for Sioux Falls West. 2-1 pitch. That'll be upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. There was activity. There still is activity out in the left field bullpen for West. Don't know how much longer Sunvold will go if he can't get Doyle out or ends up walking him. 3-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and the count's now full at 3-2. Three-two here to Doyle. That'll be outside for ball 4, and it's now first and second here with 2 outs, and it brings up Dawson Getz. Third time that Doyle's been on base in the ball game. Remains at 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And it's now Dawson Getz to the plate. Base hit makes this just a 1-run ball, or makes it a 2-run ball game. Somewhere in the gap could make this a 1-run game all of a sudden. Stokes is taking his time walking out and talking with his relief pitcher in Sunvold. To make sure that the reliever out in left field is loose and ready to go. Dawson Getz is 0 for 2, stepping to the plate. Looking for a big base hit here. First pitch, over for strike 1. Reliever is loose out there and left. Potentially the final batter here for Sunvold, especially if he can't retire Getz. Here's the 0-1. Getz with a ground ball on the left side. That'll be fielded, though, by the third baseman. And the throw from Hollingshead will retire Getz to get the final outs here in the top of the 4th. But 2 runs, make that 3 runs to score in the inning for Post State. As they end up with 2 hits in the inning, there was an error and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 8-5. Sioux Falls West leads Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Looking for a change, a career, not just a job? Beck Motor Company of Pierre is looking for a team-oriented individual to join their parts department. We offer 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, a company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym, and more. Experience is a plus, but we'll train the right individual. If you have the ability to use a computer, provide great customer service, and willing to learn and adapt in a very busy environment, we want to visit with you. Call Steve Meyer at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information.
Are you or a family member receiving Medicare calls asking if you've received your new Medicare card? This should be a red flag, as Medicare is not sending out new cards, and Medicare will not contact you to ask you about your card. If you have, or someone you know has received this type of call and they gave out their Medicare number, please contact the South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
It is the bottom of the 4th and a 8-5 lead here for Sioux Falls West. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And Noah Hollingshead will lead things off as he had an RBI single back in the bottom of the 2nd. As Braden Houlette will now his team down by 3. First pitch will hit Hollingshead. Up on the top of the shoulder. And the leadoff man's on base to kick off the bottom of the 4th. And it will bring up Grant Prouty. Prouty is 0 for 0 still, 2 walks in his 2 trips to the plate. As he has not yet been able to swing the bat to put the ball in play. He was the pitcher and the winning pitcher in game number 1. But it's 0 for 0 with 2 walks. Did score in the second inning. Well, he got walked twice in the second inning, scored once in the second inning. As the first pitch is missing for ball 1. 1-0 is upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Two-0 count here with nobody out and the runner on first. That'll be upstairs, and the count's now 3-0. Here to Prouty. Runner on first, nobody away here in the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 is right down the middle for a strike, and the count goes to now 3 balls and a strike. Here to Prouty. Tyler Olson waits on deck. This is 5, 6, and 7 here for West. 3-1 pitch. That one's chopped foul, third base side, and the count's now full at 3-2. Ouellette with the runner on at first. Prouty waits on the 3-2 pitch. That'll miss for ball 4, and it is first and second here. Back-to-back free passes to open up this 4th inning. And it'll bring up Tyler Olson, who is 0 for 2. The only guy in the order has not reached base so far. Olson is 0 for 2, ground with a strikeout looking, and then also ground out to the third baseman. First pitch is over for strike 1 here to the left fielder. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Be over for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. Here to Tyler Olson, the left fielder. First and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. The 0-2 pitch. Here's a line shot. That'll be over the head of the second baseman Doyle into right center field. 1 run will come in to score. Rounding second on his way to third will be Prouty, and it's going to be an RBI single to make it a 9-5 ball game. And runners are still at first and third here with nobody out. And we'll bring up now Brock Aids. Aids is 0 for 1, walked and then reached on an error. He's been on base both times. So everybody now in the lineup has reached base at least once. And now only here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch swinging, ground ball left side. That's going to bounce through for a base hit. That makes it now a 10-5 ball game with runners at first and second. An RBI single for Brock Aids, and now Ian Stokes as the lead is back up to 5 quickly here for Sioux Falls West. Stokes is 0 for 1. Reached on an error and also walked, been on base both times. First pitch will be at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. This is number 9, man. Then we go back to the top of the order. The 0-1 pitch will come inside, missing for ball 2, or missing for ball 1, even if he counted a ball and a strike. The 1-1 here from Hulette. That's a line shot that is fouled down the third base line. The count goes now to 1-2. 1-2 count here with nobody out. 10-5 lead for West over Pierre. RBI singles from Tyler Olson and Brock Aids. Here's the 1-2. That'll be outside, even in the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order, Tucker DeHaan, Caleb Goodroad, and Caden Kirchner are all waiting on deck. And 10 runs over 6 hits for Sioux Falls West. 2-2 pitch is flown out towards the left center field. Backing up is Shufflebine. He will call forward. He'll make the catch. Runner might have left the bag a little early, but he was maybe bluffing the tag anyway. And there is one down here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and it brings up Tucker DeHaan. Again, as we get closer to the 7 o'clock hour, and again, we will have coverage of baseball, the All-Star game coming up once we're done. May have to join that game in progress. And obviously, would join the, if we were done in the next minute, we would join the pregame show in progress, but looking more like we'll be joining the game in progress. First pitch swinging, ground ball on the right side. That's just past the glove of Miles Doyle. Twilliger will fire home. And the bases are now loaded here with one away on the Tucker DeHaan base hit. And it will bring up now Caleb Goodroad. Goodroad is 0 for 1 and an RBI bases loaded walk, but last time he came to the plate in the bottom of the 3rd, he struck out looking. As Braden Hulette's trying to get through this 4th inning, but all of a sudden things can get out of hand again, as that pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. Last time that we were in this spot and being bases loaded, nobody out, they only scored 1 run out of that inning. Right now they've got 2 and the bases loaded with 1 out, but 1 pitch can get you out of this inning with limited damage. Counts 2-0 now here to Goodroad. Caden Kirchner is on deck. The 2-0. There's a ground ball. Doyle will field it second. He'll throw to second for 1. To first, it's another inning-ending double play. And it shuts the door of just a 2-run inning for Sioux Falls West. The second in as many innings right now for Post 8. A 4-6-3 double play ends the inning. But it is a 2-run bottom of the 4th with 3 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the 5th. 10-5. West leads Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
So Jackson DeHaan will come on to pitch now for Sioux Falls West, as we can go through some of the totals for the 2 pitchers. We didn't get to the end of Jack Kiso, but he went 2 1/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout. And it was Jack Sunvald that went an inning and 2/3, giving up 3 runs on 2 walks, with 2 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And now it's Jackson DeHaan that will be at the helm for Sioux Falls West, Braden Houlette's thrown 42 pitches, giving up 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, in 5 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout in his 2 innings so far. As Cooper Twilliger be the first man to greet him, 7-8-9 here for the 8s at the top of the 5th. Twilliger, Buckles, and Houlette's first pitch is over for strike 1. As Jackson DeHaan has thrown 10 innings so far. This will be his 4th relief appearance, 6th appearance overall. That'll be fouled, and the count's now 0-2. And for DeHaan, he is 0-3 record-wise, 17 hits, 22 runs, but only 13 of them earned. 7 walks, 3 strikeouts, an ERA at 9.1, and a whip at 2.4. Batting average against it, 340. For DeHaan, as that pitch will miss low and away, and the count's now 1-2. The 3rd pitcher used by West. 5th pitcher overall today used by Sioux Falls West. Technically, Post State has gotten rid of their starter in both games, but we've only had 3 pitchers in total. As this will be fouled off by Twilliger to stay in a 1-2 count. At the top of the grandstand and rolled away. 1-2 pitch. He'll hit him. Leadoff man's on here in the top of the 5th inning. And so, runner on at first. J.J. Buckles, who was hit by a pitch to lead off the 4th and came in to score. Part of that 3-run inning that kind of kept this game more playable for Post State, down by just 5. Obviously, those 2 runs hurt. It was a 3-run game, and now a 5-run game again. Or it could be a 10-2 ball game if the 8s don't score those 3 runs this last inning. Rather, 4 of the 5 runs have been quality runs to get. As that'll be outside. The count's 2-0 here to Buckles. And I say that because they've had good at-bats in the 3rd and 4th inning, but that 3rd inning came on the heels of the 7-run inning given up. And then you score another 3 runs after being down 8-2. That would be fouled back, and the count's now at 2-1 here to Buckles. So to be able to score those runs, make this more of a ball game, it easily could have been just laying down, letting the game finish out. This will be popped up, foul territory, right side. First baseman Brock Aids will make the catch. And there's one down here in the top of the 5th inning. And we'll bring up the pitcher here, Braden Houlette. Nolan Peterson will be the next man up to the plate. And the 8s have been fortunate that only 3 runs have scored in the last 2 innings against them. They've had the bases loaded with no outs and the bases loaded with 1 out in each of the last 2 innings. They've scored 3 runs in total. But it was a strikeout. They got the base hit in the 3rd inning to make it get that run, and then a double play to get out of the inning, which easily could have been, goes the other way around. 2 runs, score. At that point would have been a 10-2 ball game. Even at 10-5, another 2 runs could have scored on a base hit on the other double play ball. This will be thrown away by the pitcher over to the first baseman, Brock Aids, and Twilliger will take second on another error thrown by Sioux Falls West. It's their 4th error of the game and 4th straight inning with an error. As it is an 0-2 count with 1 out, and now a runner on at second. You just think about if between DeHaan and Goodroad, if they get base hits with the bases loaded, that's an extra 4 runs that could be up on the board. It could be a 14-5 ball game right now. Of course, the inning wouldn't have come to an end anyway, but just in general, if those runs score nothing else in the inning, you're looking at a 9-run game instead of it just being a 5-run game. The 8s have turned 5 double plays against Sioux Falls West today. 0-2 pitch again to Houlette. That's upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. It's been 4 on the ground and another double play that happened in the very first inning of game one. The bases loaded, one out. They got out of that with another bases loaded double play without any run scoring. That'll be outside. The count's 2-2. It's a wild thing that you think of all the double plays turned with the bases loaded. You think that if you say, hey, the Eights have turned 3 double plays with the bases loaded in 2 games, if I said, boy, that's pretty good, that probably means that they've won at least one of these games or have been winning one of these games, but they've only led 1-0 going into the bottom of the second in game number 2. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout of Hulette. 2 down, and it's now Nolan Peterson. Peterson 1 for 3. He singled the lead off the ball game, popped out of the shortstop to end the second inning, and ground out to the second baseman, which at that point had moved Buckles from second to third. End up scoring on the throwing error. Buckles actually ended up scoring on the RBI single from Sun and Shine. Scheffelbein had scored on the throwing error. First pitch will miss low and away for ball 1. Back to the top of the order here in the top of the 5th with the Eights down by 5, 10-5. Here's the 1-0. That's a hard ground ball. That is going to be just foul. It was bounced. It was fair, but then ended up bouncing just foul. Just past the third base bag, and the count's now even at a ball and a strike. And again, we will have coverage of the All-Star game once we're done here. And the doubleheader between Pierre and Sioux Falls West, game 2. Top of the 5th, 10-5 lead for Sioux Falls West over the Eights. 1-1. They'll be upstairs, and the count's 2-1. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, as we're pulling up to the 7 o'clock hour. Drew McIntyre back at the station. John Winkler here on this Tuesday evening in Sioux Falls. 2-1 pitch to Peterson. It'll miss inside, and the count's 3-1. Carter Scheffelbein is on deck. Eights fell in the first game, a 5-1 score. 3-1 pitch is lined into left field. That will dive and miss by the left fielder, Olsen. Twilliger will come in to score. Peterson will make his way to second. He's got himself a 2-out RBI double, and it's a 10-6 ball game. And the Eights get another run back. They keep trying to inch closer, but every time they do so, the West has another response to him. But this time it's a double for Peterson. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game. First RBI today, and Carter Scheffelbein to the plate, as he is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Runner on at second, Peterson with that double. Scheffelbein trying to now drive him in. First pitch will miss low and away for ball 1. 10-6 now our score. The Eights have scored 5 runs in the last 3 innings. The 1-0 pitch. That'll be over for a strike, and the count's even at a ball and a strike here to Scheffelbein. 2 hits in game 1. He's walked 3 times. Actually, he's walked twice and was hit by a pitch as well. Been on base 3 different times on 3 passes. Scheffelbein will golf this one out towards left field, but that will land foul. The count's now 1-2. In Thursday, Post 8 will travel back here towards the Sioux Falls area. Brandon Valley will be hosting Post 8 in a 5 o'clock first pitch doubleheader. 1-2 pitch will be outside. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sun and Shine waiting on deck. 2-2. Also outside. 3-2 count. Sun and Shine looking for a chance to hit again. Had an RBI single last inning. Are the 3 runs that scored in the inning for Post 8. 3-2 pitch, chopper right to the third baseman, though, and Hollingshead. Throw to first is dug out by Aids at first. And that retires the side here in the top of the fifth inning. Another run scores in the inning on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the fifth. 10-6 lead for West over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. Bottom of the fifth, 10-6, American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. And it will be for Sioux Falls West, 3, 4, and 5. Caden Kirchner, Jackson DeHaan, and Noah Hollingshead. Anybody reaches base, Grant Prouty will come to the plates as the Eights are trying to find a 0 here to stay in this ball game going into the 6th inning. They're down to their final 6 outs, but it's been a high-scoring affair and quite a long game so far to this point. And we're still under the 2-hour mark, but we're closing in on it here with just the bottom of the 5th inning. As Caden Kirchner, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the bottom of the 3rd, will lead off here in the bottom of the 5th. Kirchner, DeHaan, and Hollingshead. First pitch here from Braden Houlette from lefty to lefty. Will be missing low and away for ball 1. Between Kirchner, DeHaan, and Hollingshead, there have been 3 hits between the 2, or 3, and 5 runs driven in between those 3 guys on those 3 hits. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-0 here to Kirchner. He was then retired on the inning-ending double play, was Kirchner in the 3rd. 2-0. There's a ground ball, right side. Staying down is Miles Doyle. His throw to first will retire Kirchner to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. And it brings up the cleanup man in the batting order. And Jackson DeHaan. And that is the first time in this ball game the leadoff man has been retired. And other than, well, they've reached on walk twice, an error, and also a hit by pitch in those first 4 innings. First pitch will miss low for ball 1 to DeHaan. He is 1 for 3 of the 3 RBI triple back in the 2nd inning. There's a ground ball base hit through the left side. He is now 2 for 4. And there's 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And we'll bring up Noah Hollingshead, who has been on base all 3 times. Walked, RBI single in the 2nd. And he was hit by a pitch in the 4th. He has scored twice. So now here with a runner on first. First pitch will be just outside for ball 1. 10 runs on 8 hits and 4 errors so far for Sioux Falls West. Here's a swing and a miss, and the count's 1-1. Have 6 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors for Post 8. Here's the 1-1. This will be popped up on the right side. Going to be Miles Doyle that will call for it, going into the outfield grass to make the catch. And there's now 2 down. Hollingshead retired for the first time in the ball game. And it now brings up the number 6 hitter, Grant Prouty. 0 for 0 still, 3 walks and 3 trips to the plate for Prouty. See if they can retire him for the first time. First pitch, ground ball to Grayson Hunsley. That'll be gobbled up over at third. It will be a scoreless inning and retiring Prouty for the first time. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Through 5, 10-5, make that 10-6 lead for Sioux Falls West over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Brought to you by Limebach Construction Incorporated, who can build your recreational home or building along the beautiful lower Lake Oahe area. Whether if your hobby is hunting, fishing, travel, or water sports, we can come up with a building design that will fit your interests and expectations. We pride ourselves on using quality products, customer service, and open communication. Limebach Construction is locally owned and operated, serving the Missouri River community since 1994. For area of service and more information, contact Bill Limebach at 605-223-2738. That's 605-223-2738. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com. As we welcome you back, top of the 6th, it is post 8. That is down 10-6 in the American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And it will be 3, 4, and 5 here for the 8th. Sutton Sun and Shine, Grayson Hunsley and Miles Doyle. Anybody reaches base. It'll then go to Dawson Getz. As the 8s will be trying to, again, inch a little bit closer here. They got 2 innings to work. They can get themselves 2 runs here to make it a 2-run ball game, get 1 more 0. Find a way to try and tie the ball game up in the 7th inning. Sun and Shine is 1 for 2. Walked in the 3rd, singled home a run the 4th. Swings to the first pitch and flies it out towards center field. And the center fielder Kirchner will backpedal and stay with it to make the play. 1 pitch and 1 out here to open up the top of the 6th, and it brings up Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley is 2 for 3, had an RBI single as well in the 4th inning. Between he and Miles Doyle, they have 4 of the 7 hits in total for post 8. You can even add Sutton Sunshine with 5 of the 7 hits between 3, 4, and 5. There's a ground ball in the 2nd pitch. Fielded by the shortstop in good road. His throw to first will be in time to get Hunsley. And there's 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And it brings up Miles Doyle, who probably will be taking that first pitch and not allow Jackson DeHaan to get a 3-pitch inning, or the possibility of a 3-pitch inning. And if you're DeHaan, you almost just groove it right down the middle to bait Doyle into 2 swinging. Here's the first pitch. He does swing, and he fouls it foul down the third base line. So there is no 3-pitch inning, but there were 3 swings in the first 3 pitches. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Oh, miss low, and the count's now 1-1. Two outs, nobody on here at the top of the 6th. 1-1 pitch. It'll be outside. The count's now 2-1. And we'll join the All-Star game in progress after we're done here. Here at Harmondon and Sioux Falls. It'll be outside. The count's now 3-1. Still have yet to have first pitch, so you haven't missed anything quite yet of the All-Star game. The 3-1. That's over for a strike, and the count's now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And after 2 pitches and the first 2 guys to retire, this will be pitch number 6 of the at-bat to Miles Doyle. And the 3-2 pitch will miss for ball 4, and there will be no 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 6th inning. Doyle is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 2 walks. And now Dawson Getz, who is 0 for 3, will come to the plates. So having to work from the stretch now is Dahan here in the top of the 6th. First pitch to Getz. He'll sky this into shallow left field, foul territory. Third baseman going out, and he is able to make the catch in Hollingshead to retire the side here in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It is a 10-6 lead for West over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com. As we welcome you back, it is a 10-6 lead in the bottom of the 6th as the Eights trail by 4. Braden Houlette will try and get this game into the top of the 7th with just a 4-run deficit. And it will be Tyler Olson, Brock Aids, and Ian Stokes in the first 3 hitters. Olson singled home a run back in the 4th inning. The 7-run inning is the difference in this ball game right now. As the first pitch will miss low for ball 1. The fact that if you take away that 7-run inning, the Eights have a 6-3 lead. But of course, still got to tip the cap to Sioux Falls West and that 3 RBI triple from Jackson Dahan that got it to a 6-run inning before he was driven in, as that will miss high, and the count's 2-0. Here's the 2-0. That one's down the first base side, out of play. And the count goes to now 2 balls and a strike. Here to the left fielder, Tyler Olson. 1 for 3 with the RBI single in that 4th inning. Just 4 guys came to the plate in the 6th. Same can be said in the 5th. The same can be said in the 6th for post 8. Here's now the 2-2. We'll hit him. And Olson is on for the 2nd time. And a runner on at first with nobody out to bring up the number 8 hitter in Brock Aids, who is 1 for 2. Walked, Rishon Aaron had an RBI single so far in this ball game. Has been on base all 3 times. The leadoff man is on for the 5th time in 6 innings. Outside that 0 in the bottom of the 1st, leadoff man has come around to score. This one he popped up on the right side, but that'll get out of play. And no chance for anybody on the right side of the infield to go make a play. And the count's 0-1 here to Brock Aids. But the leadoff man was walked in the 2nd and came in to score. The leadoff hitter in the 3rd came in to score. Leadoff hit by pitch in the 4th also scored as well. This will be fouled at the plate, and the count's 0-2. Tucker Dahan, who led off the 1st inning with the walk, he ended up getting thrown out trying to score on a throw to 2nd and came back to home to tag him out. There's a ground ball. That's through the hole on the left side for a base hit. So it's 1st and 2nd here with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And then we'll bring up now the number 9 man and Ian Stokes. Stokes is 0 for 2 so far, an error, a walk, and a fly on to left field. Still no first pitch yet from the All-Star game, which again is good. We're going to try and get you out there for the majority of that game as much as we can. First pitch is off the handle and it rolls foul down the third baseline. And the count is 0-1 here to the number 9 man, Ian Stokes. Eights are down by 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Need to get the 0 to give them a shot here in the 7th. That'll be flown out towards center field. Sun and Shine will make the catch. And the runner will bluff the tag at second. And there's one down to bring back up the top of the order. And it will bring up Tucker DeHaan, who is 2 for 2, 2 walks, 2 singles. And he has scored just once of the 4 times that he has been on base. Ground ball and get you out of the inning, get us into the top of the 7th. The Eights, I say that quite a bit, but the Eights have been able to turn 4 double plays in total today. This will be fouled back, and the count's 1-1, including back-to-back bases loaded inning-ending double plays in the 3rd and 4th innings. And a 5-4-3 double play in the 3rd and a 4-6-3 double play in the 4th. Swing and a miss. It's off the glove of Peterson, and runner will not take 3rd. I don't think he really saw the ball get away from Peterson. And the count's now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's lined back up the middle. That one's just past Dawson, gets up the middle as well for another base hit that will score a run. It was headhunting for Braden Houlette, and then Getz just couldn't quite get the glove reached out in time to try and nab it to start a potential double play, and it's an RBI single for DeHaan, his 3rd hit of the game, first RBI of the ball game, and it's 11-6. When the runner's at first and second, still here and 1 out. I'll tell you, there's another chance in that 2nd inning, which almost resulted in a inning-ending double play as well. This will be flown out towards left center field. Sun and Shine going back. He'll make the catch. He was running back to his right. And there's now 2 down. As Goodroad's retired, and it's Caden Kirchner. Kirchner is 1 for 4 in the ball game. He singled home a run the 3rd. Again, the 8th and the 7th will have 7, 8, and 9. Twilliger, Buckles, and Houlette right now trailing by 5. First pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 1. And again, the 4 of the 5 runs that have reached base as the leadoff man in the 6 innings all have come in to score. 0-1 pitch is over for a strike. The count's now 0-2. Counts 0-2 here to Kirchner. Houlette trying to put an end to this 6th and get us into the 7th. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll bounce in, blocked by Peterson, and moving to his left down the 3rd base side. The runner at second stayed put. The count remains at 1-2. One-two count here to Caden Kirchner. Houlette will cup set. 1-2 pitch. That one a check swing, but does not go. And now the count goes to 2-2. 7, 8, 9 for the 8s in the 7th. trying to stay down by 5. There's a ground ball up the middle. Miles Doyle will field, bobbles, and can't make the play. And the bases are loaded here for now the cleanup man in Jackson Hahn. Third air of the ball game for Post State. And it's now the bases juiced with 2 outs and Jackson Hahn. And this team up by 5. First pitch will be low and inside for ball 1. Eleven runs, 10 hits, 4 errors for Sioux Falls West. And 6 runs and 7 hits, along with now 3 errors for Post State, as that one will be on the inside corner for a strike, and the count's 1-1 here to DeHaan. The bases loaded here and 2 away. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. Ouellette looking for one more strike. Keep this just a 1-run 6th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul, and Peterson just can't quite make the catch. Bouncing out of his glove, and the count remains at 1-2. One-two pitch. There's a ground ball. Hunsley is able to get a piece of it, trying to win the race to the bag, and he does, just barely winning the race to get the final out of the bottom of the 6th. Run does score on 2 hits in the inning. There was an error, and 3 men left on base. We head to the 7th inning. It is an 11-6 lead for Sioux Falls West over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627. It is the top of the 7th. Post State is down 11-6 in the American Family Insurance, the Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. 7-8-9, Cooper Terwilliger, J.J. Buchholz, and Brayden Ouellette. He might reach his base, and the 8s need a 5-run comeback here in this 7th inning. Nolan Peterson will come to the plate and see if the 8s can string several runs together. And by several, I mean at least 5 here in the top of the 7th inning. And again, we've got for you coming up, we'll have the All-Star game. They are in the top of the 1st now with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 2 away. So we will have that for you coming up. Once we are done, we will forego the post-game show and get you out there as quick as possible. As Cooper Terwilliger will dig in. First pitch will be inside for ball 1. Terwilliger is 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch back in the 5th inning. Flew out to right and also struck out swinging. That'll be upstairs, and the count's 2-0. The 8s don't come back and win this ball game. They will fall below Harrisburg Maroon in the standings. This will be fouled away, and the count's now 2-1. Spearfish coming in was still 0.7 points away from Pierre. Rapid City Post 320, 0.8 points away from Pierre. As Terwilliger will sky this out towards center field, but Kirchner is waiting underneath it. He will make the catch, and there is one down. Here in the top of the 7th, And we'll bring up J.J. Buckles. Huron also, they are 0.9 away. Boxell, they're at 1.1 points away. They are the team, those teams all cannot pass Pierre, so the Eights can make the playoffs. Like we said, just really one win pretty much guarantees that not to happen. Boxell would have to win out, and just looking at the rest of the way that the standings are shaking out, or the rest of those team schedules are out, don't know if they're going to get to that point to be able to pass Post State as long as the Eights win one game. Obviously, if they don't win any, things get a little bit more shaky in the final couple days of the season. If they come in and beat Brandon Valley on Thursday, get a couple wins still to close out the season, that'll be fouled back by Buckles, and the count's now 2-2. And they can get just a couple wins to close out the season, they'll be in a good spot going to the playoffs. That'll be hitting the helmet of J.J. Buckles. He wanted to swing. He didn't want to take first base. He was disappointed that it clipped the top of his helmet. And there's a runner on at first here with one away. And it brings up now the pitcher, Braden Hulette. So here in the top of the seventh, there is a runner on at first with one out. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a swing and a miss for strike one. So 11 runs on 10 hits, and so far 4 errors for Sioux Falls West. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 0-2. Eights with 3 errors in the ball game. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Hulette. And that'll be skied out into center again. Kirchner will move just a little bit to his right to make the catch, and there is 2 down. And it's the top of the order now as the Eights are down to their final out here in game number 2. The Eights so far have left 9 guys on base. The potential of maybe that 10th guy right now staying at first base. And have just 7 hits so far in the ball game with those 6 runs. So here's Nolan Peterson, who has got 2 of those 7 hits. That was over for a strike. Between Grayson Hunsley, Miles Doyle, and Nolan Peterson, they have 6 of the 7 hits. Sutton Sunshine, the only other one with a hit. This will be above the head of Peterson. The count's 1-1 to the Eights catcher. Again, coverage at 4:45 on Thursday. First pitch at 5 o'clock on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre will take on Brandon Valley on the road. 1-1 over for a strike, and the count's 1-2, and the Eights are down to their final strike here in the doubleheader. So here's now the 1-2 pitch. And a balk is called right before the pitch delivered. Extra movement from the pitcher that advances Buckles to second. And so where they were 1 strike away, and maybe that could have been the final pitch. Instead, it's a balk, and it continues for one more. 1-2 pitch. That is fouled at the plate by Peterson right off the end of the bat. And it remains a 1-2 count. West looking for the doubleheader sweep that would put them at 11-13 in South Dakota games. The 1-2 off the handle, ground ball. This is going to be a tough play in the hole for Goodroad. His throw to first, not going to be in time. Be an infield single for Nolan Peterson, his 3rd hit of the ball game, and it's 1st and 3rd. Now with 2 outs, and it's Carter Shufflebind to the plate. 8th of the ball game now for Post States. And here is Carter Shufflebind looking for his first hit. Been walked twice so far. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Eights aren't quite done yet. With Buckles on at third, Peterson on at first. Between those two, Shuffleby, Sunshine, and Hunsley, all those five have to come in, get on base, and come in to score. This will be out towards left center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. The Eights will make it a 4-run ball game. It's 11-7. The RBI for Carter Shuffleby, his third hit today. And it brings up Sutton Sunshine with a 4-run contest. The tying run isn't quite yet to the plate, but they do move to the on-deck circle in Grayson Hunsley. First pitch will miss outside for ball one. Sunshine, he is 1 for 3 in the ball game with an RBI single. 1-0 will miss low and away, and the count's 2-0. Runners at first and second here with 2 outs at the top of the 7th. The Eights down by 4, 11-7. That'll miss low as well, and the count's now 3-0. Grayson Hunsley is on deck. He represents the tying run for the Eights. 3-0 pitch. That'll be ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk that will load the bases. And we're going to have a mound visit. And now the tying run coming to the plate. Hunsley with 2 hits so far. He's 2 for 4. Got a chance here to make things even more interesting. If he can reach base, the tying run will be on for the Eights. And you really think about how this game has been played and the chances that Sioux Falls West has had, and let's say even the same could be said for the Eights, but overall the bases loaded in 2 different innings and they don't get a whole lot of runs to score, where with less than 2 outs they turn into 2 double plays for the Eights that have kept them from even being 10-run ruled in this game, and now they're down by just 4 as Grayson Hunsley, with 2 hits so far in this ball game, will take low for ball 1. 5 straight misses now here. I think for Sioux Falls West, the last thing they want to do is bring in another pitcher. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Hunsley with a ground ball over to the third baseman. That will skip into left field, an error by the third baseman in Hollingshead. And it's now 11-8 ball game, and the tying run is on base. And it brings up Miles Doyle, who also has gotten 2 hits so far. He's been on base every time he's come to the plate. It is an air charge to Hollingshead. And is their 5th now in the ball game. As Doyle will foul the first pitch away at the plate, and the count's 0-1. So Miles Doyle, if he could clear the bases and tie the game up with 1 swing here. Obviously, he can give the Eights the lead with 1 swing. As that pitch will be over for a strike, and the Eights now down to their final strike here in game 2 of our doubleheader. West looking for the doubleheader sweep. Here's the 0-2. That'll be outside, and the count's now 1-2. A base hit would put the tying run into scoring position. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3, and that will end the ball game. So the Eights failed to score more than 2 runs in that inning. They do get 2 runs on a hit, so make that 2 hits an error, and 3 men left on base. We can go through the final totals here for you, as it is an 11-8 win for Sioux Falls West. 8 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors, and 12 men left on base for Post State. 11 runs on 10 hits, 5 errors for Sioux Falls West, and 11 men left on base. Time of the ball game, we conclude at 7:35. The time of the ball game was 2 hours and 13 minutes. And Sioux Falls West will win both games. They win the first game at 5-1, and they win the second game 11-8 over Post State's. RBIs in the ball game for Peterson, Shuffleby, Sunshine, along with Miles Doyle. to score 4 of those 8 runs for Post State overall. And the Eights will fall to now 6-15 in South Dakota games, and overall at 7-27 on the season for Post State. I want to say thanks to Drew McIntyre back at the station. We'll get you out to the All-Star game. Final scores: a 5-1 loss in Game 1, 11-8 loss in Game 2, as the Eights fall in a doubleheader to Sioux Falls West, as we say so long from Harmon Park.
You've been listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Comtech, Bank West, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Lamb Motors, Todd's Electric, Edward Jones Financial, CHS River Plains, Wagner Auto, Jaeger, Faith Lutheran Church, Limebach Construction, First Dakota National Bank, Avera, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Shane's Pharmacy, Gales Gas, Oahe Federal Credit Union, May Adam, Fisher Rounds, Ferding Electric, True Green Chemlon, Beck Motors, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, Kruger Contracting, Agtegra, AGE Corporation Ready Mix, Stulkin Peterson LLP. Join us all season for Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports